What's up, Harry? What's good with you? All right. Let's see here. Screen. Oh, hey, good morning. Good morning, everybody. I see everybody eats me on board. Shout out to John. Shout out to Monique. I want you guys to bear with me. I mean, I got allergies, just like some of you guys have probably been dealing with allergies as well. But I'm dealing with allergies, so I may cough just a little bit. No, I don't have the Rona. I don't have the coronavirus. I hope I don't have the coronavirus. If I get to coughing too much, y'all call somebody. Okay? Y'all call somebody. All right, so here we go. So right now, you guys are doing real estate, right? And what should you be focusing on? Let me tell you guys something. The first thing, let me tell you something, guys. And if you wasn't a part of the conversation I had with Kenny Rushing, conversation I had with Rafael Vargas, which I posted, I've been doing real estate for 20 years, okay? For 20 years, I've been doing real estate. And this market that we're about to go into, or this market that we're into, is the best market to be in, because anytime that you see here, let me mute everybody. Anytime you're in a market where real estate is about to, it's not necessarily about to go, down or plummet, but the prices are going to adjust, which is what we can call a correction. We can call a cleanse, so to speak. So what I would tell you is that if you are in real estate right now, you should be focusing tremendous. You should be focusing a lot of time on talking to your clients, educating your clients on the things that, hold on, got some people we need to mute. You should be focusing and telling your clients that we need to look at flips, keep looking at flips, but we also need to be looking at some wealth. We also need to be looking at some buy and hold stuff. We need to be looking at getting with big money investors. We need to be doing the same thing we've been doing, but we just need to adjust the program. We just need to adjust it a little bit, okay? One of the things that my team is doing right now, we're focusing on duplexes, quads, anything with multiple doors, anything that has 1 to 2 doors, two doors or more. That's what we're focusing on right now. So you got guys like, and I see Harry is on here. He's a wealth guy, and I can tell you now, whether the market goes up, down, left, right, Harry is always going to be buying multiple doors. You can always come to him with a duplex, a quad, apartment complex, a building. You should always have that in your arsenal. You should always be looking at residential homes and trying to get a quick hit, trying to make a quick 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, 10,000, whatever it may be, is okay. But you should never, never, never stop looking for multifamily, commercial space, abandoned buildings, opportunities for you to sell real estate to individuals who have generational wealth or who have wealth, okay? So make sure that you're always putting that in your arsenal. Don't just be a guy here trying to sell residential, because you see what happens. Again, if you guys did not see the conversation, Rafael Vargas posted that he wasn't doing real estate anymore. And this is a young guy. He's only been doing real estate for 7 years. But I had to chime in and kind of let him know a couple of things. And he never responded because he doesn't know what to respond. He responded once, I'm sorry, but then after that, he couldn't respond anymore. So it is what it is. And people are paying $25,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 to invest with them. Cool, no problem. But for anybody in this market right now to say they're getting out of real estate because of what's going on right now, you're sick. Nobody gets out of real estate right now. This is the time to get in real estate. Anybody can get into real estate when the market is so-called going up or when the market is doing numbers. But right now is the time to get in real estate. If you guys don't know, 2008, 2010, that's when we made the most money, okay? That's when we made the most money in that time period, because we were able to provide government housing for the city that allowed us to get a government check. For example, you got Section 8 housing, you got corporate housing, you still have Airbnb in some areas. You still have people moving here who need temporary homes, temporary housing, and are willing to pay, kind of, not necessarily inflated price, but over the price. And you have, anything from flight attendants who need crash pads, uh, just any of that stuff. You got to get outside of just trying to flip a house. You got to get outside of just trying to, be a one-trick pony. You got to get outside of that. So if you guys don't have that, one thing I would tell you, one, anybody that's been doing real estate for 15 plus years, call them today. Call them today. Anybody that's been doing real estate for 15 plus years, call them today, okay? And start having a conversation. Start having a conversation. I'm seeing some of the people that's on my feed right now. These are some of the people in my circle who I want to give a call to, people who I want to talk to and say, hey, what we're doing right now? What's going on with the market right now? Should we do this? Can we move this way? Double down. I see you, Sean. Double down. Right now is the time to double down. We were in Macon, Georgia, and we found a duplex for $38,000. $38,000. Renovation is not heavy at all. Renovation is about $35,000. First thing I did is call up some of my high net worth guys, the guys who got capital, and say, hey, do you want to put your capital into some assets that could cash flow and possibly sell them next year or in the next 2 years? The first thing he told me, he said, yeah. I said, I'll wait 4 years. If I can make $1,200 on about $70,000, I'll wait 4 years. I don't even need that capital back. Like, that's cash. Cash is making me $1,200 a month. I'll take that. And it's clear, and it's next to Mercer University. So he has student housing, he has Section 8, and he has market rate tenants that he can go in. People with money have to deploy that money, okay? People with money have to deploy the money. No matter where the market is, if you have capital, people with money and wealth with a wealthy mindset, they don't hold capital. They don't sit on money. Nobody sits on money. As soon as the market does whatever it's going to do in whatever aspect, wealthy people say, you know what, how much capital we got? You look over to the left, you look over to the right and say, babe, how much capital we got? They say, hey, babe, we got 100,000. Babe, we need to put about 80 grand of that into something that's going to make us money every month right now. Right now. Put that money into something. Because if we sit on this money, it's going to dwindle away. You can't hold money. You can't keep money. That money needs to go make money, okay? It needs to go and make money. So if you were there, a part of the crash, billionaires got rid of their jets. Billionaires got rid of their boats. But what they did not do, they did not deter away from putting their capital into assets that were making them money. That's what you got to do. You got to find a way to get these investors to invest in. And let me tell you something. It's not a hard sell either. It's not a hard sell. Real quick. And we're going to, like I said, we're doing contracts today. For Wholesale Live, we're going to go over contracts today. And my voice, I drank some tea, so my voice seems to be doing well. I don't want to get too excited, so I started coughing. But shout out to John, real grind guy, partner of mine at Wholesale Live. Shout out to Monique, Mo Hustle, partner of mine at Wholesale Live. I want to make sure I get credit where credit is due. This is not all me at all, okay? But one thing I want to share real quick is that when you talk to your investors right now, you should be having wealth conversations. And what that is basically saying, hey, we need to take your cash and I'm gonna find properties that fit a certain criteria. One of my NFL guys, he said he got $300,000. He said, Duron, he said, with the way the market is looking right now, I'm about to take an $8 million hit. That's what my projection is. And I said, well, what do we need to do so that you don't take such a big hit? He said, right now, I can't do anything. He said, but I trust you. I got about $100,000 to $300,000 I can put into the market right now, cash. Cool. I told him, what about us buying, inexpensive assets in areas where rents are, where people are renting, and you taking that $300,000 and buying just as many doors as possible, duplexes, quads, whatever it may be. Why? Let's do that. He came back to me, and I, if anybody wants, text me. I'll show you the text. But well-known athlete too, went to Georgia Tech, played for the Denver Broncos. But I'll tell you, he said 300,000. I went and found him a duplex in, well, my team, shout out to Mark and shout out to Walt. We found a duplex in Macon, all in for about $75,000. That's going to rent for 1,200 Section 8, and it's possibly going to rent for 600. I mean, sorry, 650 market rate, maybe about 500, 550 to students at Mercer University. So we're combing that whole area. I pulled about 200 leads in that area so we can start calling those guys. All right. So anybody that's with Wholesale Live, we're going to be calling leads in Macon. Make sure you get with Mark, email him, talk to him. We're going to be pulling leads down there and finding homes down in the Macon, Perry area. Another one of our clients who's in the NFL, he plays for the Chargers. He's from Perry, Georgia. He wants to go down there. He wants to buy up stuff himself. So again, people, my point is, people are buying and people want to put their cash in the assets. You just got to find the assets, and you may have to get outside of the competitive city that's only talking about flip, 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 because Atlanta still has a lot of retail stuff going on. There's a lot of good deals. I seen Cole Michael send out good deals. I seen John looking at deals. I seen a couple people bringing good deals to the table. And there are still flips going on. Yes, flips are still going on. It's just that right now, people are buying and holding 2 deals, maybe flipping 1. Buying and holding 2, flipping 1. Before, people may have been flipping 2, holding 1. Flip 2, hold 1. Right now, they're holding 2, maybe flipping 1, okay? And we're standing in affordable housing. My wife, who's a broker, she has a couple of listings of under $200,000. They're flying off the shelf. Under $200,000 listings flying off the shelf. You should be buying right now is the time to buy townhouses. Townhouses, renovate them, put them on the market, $120,000, $130,000, because affordable housing is still going to be there. And that under $200,000 mark is huge. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning. All right. So with that being said, if you guys got any questions, I'm gonna take about a minute or so. If you guys got any questions, go ahead and post them real quick or put them in the comments real quick. I'll see if I can get them answered before we, the Wholesale Live team, we're gonna jump into going over contracts. Something real simple, just for the team. Some of you guys who are very, very experienced, you may not really, care for this part of it, but we're gonna go through for our students. We're gonna go through doing, the contract, looking at a contract, going through a contract, and just some of the things you should have in the contract and ways that we can help you as a team. John, Monique, Mark, Walt, we can all help you as a team get houses under contract or even find houses. Tennessee has some great affordable housing. There's houses down there going for $6,000 and $7,000, $10,000, $12,000. Okay, rental properties, and these are properties in areas where there are rentals. You will not be flipping these properties for large profits. Okay, this is a wealth buy and hold play. So right now, the COVID-19 bailout. That's what it's called. That's what I'm calling. I'm doing a whole PowerPoint on the COVID-19 bailout. Okay. I got Jamal Hartwell, who's out in California. We're going to be doing a live presentation, virtual presentation about how people can invest in buying multiple homes. Minimum $50,000 buy-in. It's a minimum $50,000 to start out, because after we start it, it's probably going to go up to $100,000. So right now, if you know an individual who has $50,000 and they want to invest in real estate and buying a portfolio, buying rented properties, buying properties that need to be purchased and renovated, the minimum is $50,000 to buy in. We're going to start launching that next week. The PowerPoint, everything is being put together right now. So probably next Wednesday, I'm thinking, we're going to be hosting a live virtual meeting about how individuals who got 401ks, even if you want to do credit, whatever it may be, $50,000 buy-in for you to buy, help for you to become a small fund so that you can buy multiple doors, whatever it may be. So in a sense, it's like small hedge funds, okay? Because we're not going to do more than probably about $250,000 per fund. So $50,000, five people, 250 grand. Boom, that's one. They're gonna buy an asset. That asset is gonna pay them, and we're gonna move on. Okay, they're gonna be joint venture in the LLC. They're gonna be in the asset together, and from there, it's gonna be a $50,000 buy-in. Period. $50,000 buy-in. Okay. Shout out to everybody that's signing on. I see you, Sean. See you, Reg. I see you, Rolling Custom Cakes. I see you. Roland, get at me. I sent you a text. Send me a text back and let me know what we want to do. All right. Other than that, again, big shout out to Harry Manning down here. Big shout out to Cole. Big shout out to the Grind Guy. Any questions? Like I said, you guys put them in the comments, and we'll get going. Let's see here. I got about 15 minutes, and 15 minutes is all I need to talk about these contracts. So right now, contracts, even if you're doing a buy and hold, contracts are maybe a little bit different, but not much. Okay. So let me turn this around here. All right. Get you guys chimed in here with this. All right, can everybody see my screen here? Y'all can see my screen. Everybody here, you guys give me a minute. Hold on, let me put you guys here. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Everybody a decent view. All right. Cool. So with the contract, where's my mouse? All right, real simple. All right, you guys see the contract. The undersigned is Zillow Homes LLC, the buyer, seller. You already know the seller, you know, who they may be, whatever that may be. Purchase price, always check their purchase price, make sure the price is right. Always make sure the correct address is in there with the property. DeKalb, Georgia. Some of the stuff here, the attorney will make sure of. Main thing is we want to make sure that the address, county, you know, state, if it's Georgia, whatever, whoever it may be, we want to make sure that information is correct. Okay. Let's see here. Boom. Just want to make sure everybody's muted. All right. Some things that's important. Purchase price offered is $138,000. Earnest money net too. I always like to put that in there just because the seller or whoever it may be, if they put up 5,000, 10,000, whatever it may be, you want to see what the net price is going to be at the closing. All right. Earnest money is due at the time of sign contract. Let me tell you guys something about this earnest money thing, right? Real quick. There's a lot of deals that I do where we put up little to no earnest money, and I'm not even talking about with the seller or anything like that. I know everybody's been told to, you know, get this earnest money or maybe even use the earnest money as a way to, you know, make a little dollar, the first thing is when we put up earnest money, the first thing I want to tell you, if you're part of the family or if you're part of, let me turn this camera around so y'all can see my face. Let me tell you something. Tell y'all something. Real quick. If you're putting up earnest money and we doing a deal and you part of the family, okay? You part of the family. Family show family love, okay? Family show family love, period. If we do a deal, if me and John do a deal and John say, you know, we need $1,000 earnest money, I'm gonna say, hey, we're gonna put up, you know, the buyer's gonna put it up, whatever it may be. We want to focus on the deal getting closed, okay? Do we need to put the money up? Yes. But at the same time, I'm not trying to get $1,000 out of John. I want the deal to close. Even if John tell me it's not there or whatever, I trust him to get the deal closed. I trust Comac to get the deal closed. I trust Sean. I trust Rich. I trust these guys to get the deal closed. Okay, that's what we want to focus on, the deal closed. Some of my best and easiest and smoothest deals, we didn't put up anything because all of us focused on the deal closing. A lot of you guys have been taught the most bass accurate way, and y'all focus so much on the earnest money to where y'all do a contract for X amount of dollars, then y'all try to make money on the earnest money if the contract doesn't close. I don't want my partners, if I don't want the earnest money, I want the deal to close. Okay? I want the deal to close. That's what I want. I don't want all that. So I just had to say that because we want to focus on the deal closing, not trying to get, oh man, we need to make some earnest money, or we need to make some money on this earnest money. No, get the deal to close. All right? Just had to touch on that. So let me swing back around. Let's go back to the contract here. Let's see here. All right. Let's see here. Shifting. Y'all know how it goes. All right. Cool. Going back to the contract. Here we go. All right. So now we got the earnest money, hold of earnest money. You know, everybody likes to have it as the attorney. You can have it as the attorney. You can look at some other options. Closing attorney to be determined. That's more than fine. On or before March 8th, 2020. Right now, I will say any deals that's closing right now is probably going to close definitely in May, because we need the city to open up so we can clear some of this title. Okay. The next thing we have is all this good stuff down here. And I'm not going to read all of it, but if you guys are part of Wholesale Live, you know, you have the opportunity to get a copy of this contract. So one of the things that we point out again, you see here, number 2 says the due diligence period, 1 business days from signing agreement. You guys got to be clear and be transparent, people. Don't try to trap people in contracts, okay? If the deal works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But don't get out here trying to trap people in contracts, man. There's no reason to trap a seller or to trap anybody in a contract. You got your terms. You know what you need to do to sell it. So do what you need to do to, get the days that you need to sell it. If you need, if you want to give your buyer a 1-day due diligence, give them 1 day. If you need 10 days, get 10 days. Just be transparent and get the real time that you need to really sell the contract. All right? Contracts fall through all the time. And if you need to give up on the contract, give up on the contract. If you can't get it sold, then you didn't get it sold. You didn't negotiate the deal right. You didn't negotiate the deal right. So you can't get it sold. That's fine. But be transparent and be a business owner, man. Buyer to pay all closing costs, that can change. Let's see, this is point out. Right here. Right to extend the closing date. Buyer or seller may, some of y'all don't even know about this. Let me see here. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let it. All right. Hold on. There we go. Right to extend the closing date. Buyer or seller may unilaterally extend the closing date for 8 days upon notice to the other party given prior to. How many of y'all, most of y'all don't even know, it's funny because y'all wholesaling properties, but y'all don't even know about a unilateral extension. Most of them don't even know what a unilateral extension is. Okay? You see what that says? That says that a buyer or seller may unilaterally, what does uni mean? The buyer or seller can unilaterally extend for 8 days. For 8 days. I see you, Joe. Yep, that's on the guard for. That's exactly where that came from. That's exactly where that came from. So guess what? If you put this up, and shout out to John, because John married to his agent as well as me. We both sleeping with our agents. FYI. Some of y'all got to get your weight up. Might want to take your agent out on a date. So, right to extend the closing date, buyer or seller may unilaterally extend for 8 days. Guess what? I could go right here. And again, you're not trying to trap anybody. I might say 5 days. I might say 10 days. So what did I just do? They signed this. And again, you want to have them, get them the contract, let their lawyer take a look at it, let everybody take a look at it. And my due diligence is cool. I'm locked into the contract, but if we don't close on the day that we need, number 9 right here is gonna kick right in, and we're gonna extend that contract for 10 more days. All right, for 10 more days. All right, here we go. Jumping down here, one of my favorites. All parties are not acknowledge and agree that if earnest money is not submitted by the deadline, the contract will automatically terminate. Y'all see that? You're welcome. I'm telling y'all, you're welcome. Number 14. Look at that. all parties acknowledge and agree if the earnest money, you know what, let's take that. Man, we'll take that and put it in red. Earnest money is not submitted by the deadline, the contract automatically what? It automatically what? Terminates. So guess what that does? That automatically, now I learned that from one of the big boys. I got that from one of the big boys who makes 100, who's buying 100 houses a month. Because they was doing so many offers, they had to have a clause in there that said they wouldn't be responsible for that earnest money just in case they didn't want to buy that house after doing a due diligence. Just in case. Bold. I want underline. I want them to see that line. All parties acknowledge and agree that if earnest money is not submitted, tell your attorney, make sure they look at that line right there. Okay? Make sure they look at that line. All right? Let's go down a little bit. Let's go back up. And again, I'm not going to go through each one of these, but I just want to point out a few things. Said property, right here. Said property is to be sold free and clear of all encumbrances by good and marketable title. You see that? With full possession of said property. Okay. All this lingo is relevant because we took a regular contract and we took a GAR form and we took out the most meaty stuff in those contracts and we created a one-pager. Okay? This is a one-page contract. One page. But everything that an attorney needs to see, everything a seller needs to see, everything that they need is right here in this contract. Okay? Everything. We had an attorney take a look at it. We had an attorney pull out all the things that would cover us, that would cover the seller, that would cover the buyer, whichever one you may be. And it doesn't have all this funny lingo in it. Because this contract, let me tell you guys, when you're doing deals and you're sending contracts over to, let's say, an attorney or an agent, they're going to read over all this stuff. And if anything doesn't look right, they're going to say, no, we're going to use a GAR form. We're going to use our contract because you don't have any lingo in here that protects my buyer or protects my seller. And you got to have a contract that's universal that will protect the buyer and seller, whether that's you or if that's the person or the agent that's in the contract. Now, if the agent needs to get paid, they can do an amendment to this contract for anything that they need to do. Okay? But this one-page contract has closed more than enough deals, and it has everything that's in here to make sure that any agent, any attorney will be okay with signing this contract. Okay? All right. If you guys want more details, hold on, let me flip this around. If you guys want more details on the contract side, because it can get real technical. The contract side can go forever. Okay, we can train on that forever for the longest. But that is just a brief description of the things you need to do on the contract. You need to make sure the address is properly is there. The sales price. Make sure your due diligence is what you need. Make sure that you have terms in there that covers you just in case you forget or if you're making a bunch of offers. Okay. Sean, you said, how can I purchase that from you? Sean, it's free, baby. It's free, baby. I've been doing real estate 20 years. We ain't selling that. But I started in real estate when they weren't selling the information like that, like they doing now. Like they were selling information. They want to give you the information, but when nobody taking pieces of the information, like a contract, Sean, I got you, baby. DM me. I'm sending you the contract. Don't even worry about it. Whatever anybody needs, DM me. I'm sending it to you. Okay? I don't need the information is not what I'm selling. What I sell is my services, my experience, and how to get people stuff done. Sean, you say you sent me a lead? See, there you go, Sean. You just asked me to get a contract, and you just said I sent you a lead. Sean, you got it, baby. You're done. Even if that lead don't even work out, Sean, I got you. Don't worry about it at all. You sending me business, all you got to do is send me business, and we eat. Just like John just said, everybody eats. Just for that, Sean came on and said, Run, how I purchased that contract. Sean, it's free. Then he came right behind and said, Run, I just sent you a lead. Boom, done, Sean. Your friend, your family for life. It's over. You can ask me for whatever. Ask me for whatever. You want me to do a conference call with your team? You want me to do a conference call with somebody you think might be a potential buyer. I've been doing this for so long that my time doesn't get wasted. My time doesn't get wasted. So when people jump on, I'm gonna ask them a couple questions. 1 or 2 questions. Hey, you guys looking to invest in real estate? Boom. How much do you have? They're gonna say 20,000, 30,000. I can tell them exactly which direction to go into if they want to invest in real estate real quick. I got a 2-minute drill that'll get anybody on the phone or off the phone. I do not waste time in real estate. So, but at the same time, those times where I feel exhausted, it's because I love doing what I'm doing. So I don't, there's no time being wasted. So anybody that's on this line, anybody that got anybody they know that want to invest in real estate, get at me. If I can't do it, I got John on the team. I got Monique on the team. We got people on the team that can help navigate through these murky waters right now. You need to, I'm gonna tell you guys real simple. If you want to close this month, y'all want to close this month, right? You want to close a deal this month, do this. Talk to anybody or send an email out and say, hey, have you guys ever thought about using real estate to build a real retirement plan? If they say yes, cool. You tell them with a 640 credit score and about $20,000, I can get you into your first real estate deal. Whether it be a flip, buy and hold, whatever it may be. 640 credit score, $20,000, I can get you into your first real estate deal. Boom. Tell them that. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to know real estate. You ain't got to ever close real estate. You ain't got to do anything. Have you ever thought about using real estate to build a real retirement plan? If they say yes, you tell them with a 640 score and 20,000, I can get you into your first real estate deal. That's going to weed them out right there. Either they're going to say, oh, okay, let me think about it. They either don't have the credit score or hold on. Let's see here. Uh-oh. Mo, send me the question. What's the question? Let me see here. Let me get back in. Because I'm kind of on the road. What's the question?
CL's iPhone says, so what price point should we be looking at to wholesale?
There's no price point. What you're looking at now is the deal. Mo, thank you so much for chiming in and telling me that. There is no price point for necessarily wholesaling right now. What you should be looking at, it's got to be a deal structure. You got to start right now. Everybody needs to Google cap rates and ROI on assets. Cap rates and ROI on assets. If you buy a asset that's, some people want an 8% cap rate, some people want a 10, 12, 15% cap rate. What you need to do is Google ROI on assets, real estate assets, cap rates on real estate assets, and start educating yourself on that. Because the price point right now, that duplex that we got down in Macon, we may have got it for 30, maybe we're gonna sell it for 35. A duplex in Atlanta is more like 125 that you can sell for 135. So it's going to be different areas. So right now is the time for you to educate yourself on real estate all over. So CL, I hope I answered your question. And just to reiterate, there is no price point. What you got to do, look at is deal structure. You got to look at somebody that's going to be all in for $70,000 on an asset, whether it be a car, milk, cheese, butter, whatever it may be. You're going to be all into this asset for $70,000. And this asset is going to pay you at least 1%, which is $700 or more, coming back to you on a return on investment. So there is no cookie cutter price point. What you got to do now is you got to be real in real estate, and you got to look at deal structure. You got to look at exactly what it's going to cost for you to do the deal and to have a real conversation with your clients. Tell your clients, hey, how much capital do you have? Well, we got $100,000. Well, you can do 2 things. You can either buy 1 or 2 properties in a low end area, or you can take that $100,000 and leverage it with a bank and buy maybe 3 or 4 properties. Okay. So every deal, send the deals over. If you need help, send the deal, 678-748-7888. You can go to @Wholesale Live. My team has access to that inbox. So you can, DM them and ask any questions, but we're not selling. People need help right now. So I'm not trying to sell information. I'm trying to give people, if you need help and you want to get into real estate and you got a question, DM me, text me, whatever it may be. I'm answering questions because everybody needs the information. Nobody gave me the information, but I'm trying to give the information. 20 years I've been doing this. 1.2 million at 26 years old, gross. Let me put just in case the IRS is on here. If the IRS is on here, tell them don't call me. I already paid them taxes, but lost it all. down to zero. Didn't have enough money to buy myself a bottle of wine. Didn't have enough money to buy myself a bottle of wine. So I went from 1.2 million at 25, 26 years old to zero. Then we came back up and then rebuilt the market. And now I'm back and I'm hella smart now. And everything that was done for me, what I'm telling you is I'm doing for you guys. I'm doing for you guys. Shout out to John because he got the same similar story. Made a ton of money and now, we lost it all. Went through divorce, went through all that good stuff. So I got about 2 minutes left. Any questions that you guys have, next Saturday we will be back on with Wholesale Live. I'm going to keep giving this information out. We're going to keep sharing information. Shout out to Vanessa and Manny. I see you on here. We got business on the table. I know. We got a listing on the table, and we got some other stuff we got to take care of. I see you on here. I'm going to get you. But again, information. Anybody that needs information, anybody that wants to learn this business, right now, all of us are dealing with things have shifted. You want to ask me, has my money shifted? My money is shifted, but it ain't shifted. It's shifted so much to a point where we just had to rethink some things and regroup. Okay. And everybody that's on my team, everybody that I'm helping out, they're like, cool, let's regroup. Let's redo some things. This month in May, this is going to be the time for all of us to get back on track with whatever we're doing. You've had 60 days and more than enough time to just get your life together. So Duron Dimmock, Generational Wealth Partners, Wholesale Live. Give me a call. I can't wait to see and talk to you guys. I'm out. To next week.